Hello everybody, today I'm going to be reviewing the Motorola Droid Bionic. This is a 4G LTE phone for Verizon. This was announced at CES in January of 2011, and after a 9-month delay, we finally have this phone in our hands for many eager and patient waiting consumers, I guess you could say, or people that have waited forever to get this phone. First impressions of this phone is it's a very nice phone. It is redesigned from the original design. The original design did have rounded edges, any more of a curved back, as this, not sure you can see in the light, is more of a rigid rear and front, very sharp edges. It's a very nice phone. The original one did have an NVIDIA Tegra 2 CPU in it, which was a dual-core 1 GHz processor, but now we have an OMAP 4430 processor, which is also a dual-core 1 GHz. I do believe the rumors were that the Tegra 2 was not performing up to Motorola's standards for both battery life and performance, so they decided to redesign the phone and deliver a product that would better suit consumers. Probably after seeing the Thunderbolt with its battery life, and I did upgrade from a Thunderbolt to this phone, and after seeing that phone's battery life, I decided to see if they could try to do something different. This one's battery life is a lot better than the Thunderbolt. It's still not spectacular like most 3G phones. You can probably go an entire day with light to moderate usage. Heavy usage with any LTE 4G phone, you're probably going to want to carry an extra battery. But on this phone, we do see a 4.3-inch QHD 540 by 960 pixel screen. It's quite crisp and clear compared to the older screens in most 3G phones, operating at 800 by 480 resolution. This is a 4.3-inch. On the back here, if we take a look around the phone, on the back we do have an 8-megapixel camera that does capture 1080p video footage, and if you want to see my test video, it is on my channel as well. This is a 1080p video. It does capture 8-megapixel still images at 3264 by 2448 resolution. It does have autofocus and a dual LED flash here. On the back we do see the made with Google, Verizon, and 4G LTE logos. We do have a speaker for audio and speakerphone, and a small microphone up here for the speakerphone feature. I'm not sure if you can see that or not in the light. There we go. On the left-hand side, we do have a micro HDMI port, which does allow the capability to mirror anything you see on your Droid Bionic screen on your HD TV, as well as a micro USB charging port and a sync port to transfer your photos and whatnot. On the top, we have the standard power button and the standard 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, or to hook up to your car, whatever you want to do with that. On the front here, we do have the speaker, a 1.3 megapixel front-facing camera. I do believe it is 1.3 megapixel. The standard menu, home, back, and search capacitive buttons that are located under the glass. So there's no physical buttons for those features. This is Gorilla Glass that is contoured. It's not straight flat. I'm not sure if we can get the contour edge in here. You can kind of see it at the bottom there. If I go like this, I'm not sure if you can see it. It's ever so slightly contoured to the edge. You can see it on this bottom corner right here. It also features a dark metallic-y silver bezel around the screen, as you should be able to see. That's about it for this, the outside of the phone. If we take a look at the back, again, it is a nice matte black cover. It does feature a pry area, I guess you could say, to pry off the back cover here. And if we take off the back cover, we are exposing a 1735 milliamp hour battery, which is actually quite large compared to standard 1500 milliamp hour batteries. And again, the speaker, the camera, it does have a 16 gigabyte micro SD card and the 4G Verizon LTE SIM card under there. Right here, this port, I'm not sure if you can see that in the camera or not, if I can get that there. The metallic connectors there, I do believe, are for the optional back cover that includes inductive charging. Does not add any bulk to your phone, but when you put this, this cover does not have it, but when you put the inductive charging backplate on there, and if you get the inductive charger, that allows the feature of just setting this on an inductive charging pad to charge without any wires, kind of like the Palm Pre and the Palm Pixie. Let's see, that's about it for outside specs here. It does include 1 gigabyte of RAM On the spec site, it does say 2 gigabytes of ROM. I'm not sure if it's 2 gigabytes or 4 gigabytes of ROM. It does feature, I do believe, 8 gigabytes of onboard memory storage, and again, the 16 gigabyte SD card. So when you hook it up to your computer, you will see both memory cards pop up. It's not one that's combined, which might be a little inconvenient for some people. It does take a little bit of getting used to. But on the phone software side, we do see Android 2.3.4, which is just under the latest version of 2.3.5. Nothing major. I wouldn't be surprised to see that being pushed out here relatively soon for this phone. We are seeing Moto Blur here with 5 home screens. Oh, I accidentally opened the app drawer there. 5 home screens. It has a little 3D rotation effect. I'm not sure if you can see that there as you switch to the home screens here. The display is quite bright. This is at the maximum brightness level, plenty bright for any activities. It is quite a lot better to view out in the sun and outside compared to my old Thunderbolt. I will note that it does not get as dark though as the Thunderbolt. If we go to display here, if we go to brightness and we turn down the brightness settings, I almost expected the phone to get a little more dim. I know that sounds like it's a good thing, but when you're trying to save battery, the dimmer you can go, the better. But I'm not going to worry about that. No big deal. It does feature automatic rotation. I'm not sure if we can get that going here. If we don't open up the app drawer, you can see it'll automatically rotate. There we go. This phone is quite fast. I've not noticed any slowdowns with it yet, especially with the dual-core 1 gigahertz processor. I'm trying to see if there's anything else I missed here. I don't think so. Overall, I would give this phone a 9 out of 10 so far. I would, to be honest, would like to see a little added weight to the phone. This is quite light. I do believe it weighs in at about 160 grams. I like the very solid, heavier feeling to a phone. I know that might not be a con to some people, but I'm not going to let that affect this phone's score. The only downside about this phone is it doesn't feature the latest processors like the Samsung Galaxy S2, which has been out for a month or two or maybe more. That does feature a dual-core 1.2 gigahertz processor. Again, it does feature camera app. It is loaded with the standard Verizon wireless bloatware on there, such as Vcast and whatnot. Things like ZoomoCast. It doesn't feature a task manager. I'm not sure if that is necessary or not. It might need to root it to get rid of it. But that's about it for the phone. Again, I'd say a 9 out of 10. If you do have an upgrade available, definitely go check this phone out at your local Best Buy or Verizon store. I would highly recommend this phone. It's probably going to be Verizon's flagship phone for a while now. But yeah, that is my quick first impressions and mini Droid Bionic review. Be sure to check out the test 1080p video that I took the other day. It is on my channel. And thanks for tuning in. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments.